What would my mom think? She was proud that she had a daughter that went to school. I was the first one in the entire family that actually went to college. When I graduated, my dad went. It's very, very admirable for our family. What would my friends think? The ones that were also suffering. And so for 6 solid months, I did nothing. Not one thing. I didn't even tell anybody. Now, Dave knew, because he kept asking, when are you going to put that money back in the account? When are you going to get started? I thought you were going to do this. My sponsor would call, Pam, you know everybody. You're so connected, both of you together. You walk in a room, and it's a party. You don't know anybody. You walk out, you've made 10 friends. What's going on? I said, I don't know. I don't understand it. I needed something to jolt me out of that. Is there anybody else that can relate? Anybody sitting in fear? Yeah. Fear. Fear of what? People? Yeah. And what they would think, right? Well, guess what? They're not even thinking about us. They're not even thinking about us. They hope we're crazy. Right? I hope she's crazier than I am. So the end of February rolls around. Now Dave is like, Pam, January, you gonna get started? Yeah. Yeah. Nothing. Nada. My sponsor calls and says, the #1 money earner is going to be 2 hours away from you. You need to go. He's dynamic. Pam, he's your age. He's a former teacher. You can relate. You need to go. And I went. I got in the car that day, and I drove the 2 hours by myself because I hadn't told anybody who was going to go with me. No one. Dave was going to watch the kids. So I sat in the back of that room. There were about 250 people in the room. He stood up to talk. He was more Southern than me. He had a powerful story. He was my age and a former teacher. He went to a school when he joined, and he talked to over 100 people, administrators and teachers. Will you be my customer? And every single one of them said no. Not one said yes, not one. Would you look at the opportunity? No. So he went outside of that. He kept going, he kept going, he kept going, he kept going. When I met him, it was 3.5 years. He was into the business, had left teaching, now had the principal, the superintendent of schools, and most of the teachers in his business. He was making a double-digit 6-figure monthly income. His story was so powerful that it opened up my heart again and my mind to that first experience. And I stood in line to talk to him later. This is before cell phones and pictures. Some people had the Polaroid. But I stood in line to meet him. Very friendly. So I got up and I met him. Shook his hand. Told him that I could relate to his story, that I'm a former teacher. He said, well, how's your business going? And I said, well, you know, I got 2 kids. He said, so do I. I said, well, I have a boy and a girl. So do I. Well, you know, I took money out of the account. I feel bad. So do I. So did I. He said, I took the deck money off the back of the house. And at that time, if you opened up the door, you'd fall over. Well, my wife wasn't either. Well, I'm afraid to really ask my friend, so was I. And then he stood back and he put his hand on his hips, just like this, and looked me dead in the eye, and he goes, you know what? He says, you're just too prissy for this. Well, in the South, that means you think you're too good. You think this is beneath you. You don't think that this is something that you, of all people, should be doing. When my husband is asking me every day to help, every single day, Pam, we really need to talk about this. And I'm pushing it away, pushing it away, pushing it away. I cried for 2 solid hours on the way home that night. 2 bawling. I don't even know how I got back. And I woke up the next day, and I put on the biggest, most badass white panties you've ever seen. The thick, absorbent kind. Go to Walmart, get you a pair. Go to Target. You don't have to tell anybody. Get them in leopard. I don't care. I put them on with my armor, and at 6:30 in the morning, I started calling my girlfriends. Y'all need to come over, or I'm coming to you, but you're going to listen to me. Mom, you're my customer. Terry, my sister, I'm coming over. You're my customer. You're going to sign something. What? You're going to sign it. You're my sister. Brother, don't you come over here. Terry already told me. Brian, I'm coming. I'm coming for you, and you're going to sign it. Mother-in-law, scary. She signed it. It's your grandchildren. They need you to sign this. She signed it. Got my customers going. I said, Dave, we're going to have a party at the house. We love to entertain. That's our gift.